Welcome. I decided to document my planning for the Marsden to Edale Classic walk that I'm doing next month. This is part one, which is route planning. So I've been studying the OS maps quite a lot, and I'm going to walk you through the stages of the Marsden to Edale Classic and the plan that I've got for walking it. So as you can see here, the first part of the journey is obviously starting in Marsden and walking to and past Wessenden Head Reservoir, where we meet the main road. Most of it is done on the Kirklees Way, and then we join onto Pennine Way. Now this portion of the journey is kind of almost set. It's around 4 mile. There's no real alternate route to take. There's plenty of water to collect en route, and it's quite easy. I've walked most of it. I've walked from Marsden to I think it's Blakely Reservoir. I've walked from Marsden to Blakely on a little recce, which there's a video of previously on my channel. And there is also, I've also walked from the top end of the Pennine Way on where it meets the road, down past Wessenden Head Reservoir. So I know this route is quite set, it's quite easy, should be straightforward. So that's pretty easy. So we'll call this next portion of the route 2.1. So from the A635 we go up to the summit of Black Hill, which I've done before, done the entire route over Dean Clough. Should be fine. Dean Clough can be a bit treacherous to pass. There is a sign at the actual on the A635 that says if Dean Clough's impassable, you can take the Kirklees Way. So there is an alternate route there, and I'm fully prepared to take that. However, we shouldn't need it, and it should be easy. And I think to summit of Black Hill, I think it's less than 2 mile. So again, that one should be reasonably easy. So section 2.2 is Black Hill down to Crowden. Two ways we can go, well, two main routes that we can take this. I'd like to go over Tooley Moss, which will get me to summit of White Low to bag that Ethel on the second round, and it'll also pass me Hay Edge Trig Point, which I've already bagged, but it's always nice to take more trigs into it. So that's the preferred way. If the weather is against me, we can just go down Pennine Way, which will take us past Lado Rocks, and is a much better path to walk on, much easier. However, Tooley Moss is a little shorter, and I do think it's also a bit easier on feet, not walking on those rocks. So that should be the preferred method. Is Tooley Moss. When we get down into Crowden, which is the end of stage 2.2, there'd be a good place to have some kind of dinner. There's picnic benches, there's certainly seats, and the toilet block can get water. So everything down in Crowden should be nice and easy. So that's kind of the planned dinner stop. And by then we should have done about 10 mile. It should be the easiest 10 mile of the journey though. So that's section 2.2. Section 3 of the journey will be what I consider probably to be the hardest part of it all. It's the walk up from Crowden up to Bleaklow Head. Plan is to try and get kind of around the Hernstones area, although depending on time and how we feel, we can bail at Bleaklow, somewhere around Bleaklow Head, or we can also get up to Higher Shore Stones if we're doing well. But the idea is that the end of the first day will be somewhere around that, and we should have done around 16 mile then. Which, the final 6 miles, it's the most amount of ascent that we've got to do on the way up to, it's the most amount of ascent in the shortest distance, so from Crowden up to Bleaklow, and it's going to be after the previous 10 mile as well, so that's probably going to be the hardest section for me, personally. I've been walking like 10 to 12 mile, not every day, but when I've been going out recently, and I feel reasonably good, but I never end with the big climb, so I fear that might burn me out somewhat. But I think it should be good. I think it should be good. There's a couple of alternate routes that you can take, but it should be easy. It's just walking up to Orside Clough. It's the way I went the other week when I went to Bleaklow Head, so for the recce. So I should be good. So at the start of day 2, we'll be heading straight into section 4, which is wherever we camped on Bleaklow. I've put the starting point as the Hernstones, which is the probably most likely place that we'll camp, near the Hernstones, and then we're heading up onto Mill Hill. So we're going to cross the Snake Path, past Featherbed Top, which you probably will bag, depending on how muddy it is. You don't want to do the next 10 mile completely soaking, but probably will bag that, and then follow the Pennine Way onto Mill Hill, which is a nice spot. We can drop to top of William Clough if we need some more water, and it should be good. So from Mill Hill we're straight into section 5.1, which is a very short route up onto Sandy Haze. Well, actually it's towards the downfall, it's over Sandy Haze. We're going to go past Charge Rock, and I think it's less than 2 mile to the downfall from Mill Hill, so that should be quite a nice route there. We should have an option to fill as water again if we need it at the Kinder downfall, and then from there this is where the final stage is entered. So to finish the second day and complete the route will be section 5.2, which is from Kinder downfall past Crowden Tower, over Grinslow Knoll and drop into Edale. We have a backup plan if the weather's bad. We can just follow the Pennine Way down. It's the much better path, passing Kinder Low and go down Jacob's Ladder. Although having walked Jacob's Ladder a lot of times, it's not my preferred route, but as I say, it's a sensible option if we are struggling. So that's the planned route. I'll just give you a quick look at the full route in its glory. So there we are, there's the full route. That is 25.55 miles planned. Depending on alternate routes or any messing about, we might probably walk a little bit longer than that, because it's never quite as efficient as the app says. The alternate routes are all longer, so especially if we have to go Black Hill via Laddo Rocks on Pennine Way, as opposed to going down past White Law, Toolshaw Moss, going over Grinslow Knoll. Again, the alternate route going via the Pennine Way is longer than that, but again, it should be easier. So there's a bit of variance, and as I say, we can judge it on weather, how we're feeling, and what should take us about a day and a half, starting Saturday morning, hope to finish for Sunday afternoon. It's going to be the longest distance I've ever done over the course of 2 days. It's going to be a challenge, you know. I'm not thinking this is going to be easy. I know some people can get it done in a way, but the challenge for me is not to beat other people. It's to be better than I was previously. And certainly 3 years ago, there's no way I could have even thought about doing this kind of distance and this kind of walk. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a tad daunting, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So there's the route. That's episode 1 of the Marsden to Edale planning. And next time we're going to have a look at the gear that I'm going to take with me for the camp and the journey. So hopefully see you soon, and look forward to seeing you again. Take care.